Hi, good afternoon. I'm Jillian from Autobots, and I will be discussing the chapters 1 to 3 of DOE Prime Human Resource with Time Tracking and Payroll System. We will be discussing the project background, statement of the problem, objectives, and scope and limitations for chapter 1. And then for chapter 2, the synthesis of related literature, studies, and systems reviewed. And then for chapter 3, the process flow diagram, software development model, and the instruments and sources of data. DOE Prime Construction Corp is a corporation of people who manage the construction of waterproofing for households, private resorts, buildings, and companies that are highly familiar in the Philippines. DOE Prime Construction Corp office is located at Unidad Street, El Monteverde Subdivision, San Juan, Taytay, Rizal. One of the biggest projects of DOE Prime are Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Aureo Resort, La Union, and Veterans Memorial Medical Center. The DOE Prime Human Resource with Time Tracking and Payroll system is going to be used by the company's employees. They will use the system to track their time in and out. Also, it will serve as a storage of their information. And lastly, it will handle the payroll. And there are functions in the system that can help the company to easily get their employees' records. This capstone project will provide an IT-based solution to help the organization so employees can experience a more efficient and upgraded managerial tracking of their records and information. And then for the statement of the problem, after conducting this study, these must answer the following questions. First, we have what is the level of efficiency and effectiveness of the system in terms of A. Functionability, B. Reliability, C. Usability, D. Efficiency, E. Maintainability, and lastly, portability. And then second question will be, what is the satisfaction level of the end users based on the performance of the system? For the objectives, the DOE Prime Human Resource with Time Tracking and Payroll System is intended to be used in recording and storing of employees' information, filing of different time offs, such as time off, overtime, and off in lieu, and then access to the organization chart, daily time tracking of the employees, and access to payslip of the employees of DOE Prime Construction Corp. For the general objectives, we have the capstone is to develop and implement the DOE Prime Human Resource with payroll and time tracking system to have an efficient and easier way to organize, manage, and monitor the data for the employees of DOE Prime Construction Corp. And then for its specific objectives, the manual way of organizing every employee's data is time-consuming and it has a huge possibility of misplacing and wrong encoding of information. The list below are the specific objectives why the system should be implemented. We have to have a less time-consuming process of importing data, and then to allow the administrators to track and maintain records. Next, we have to generate information in a fast and easier way, to have the administrator view status of all employees, to have a secure way of gathering data from the employees, to lessen the amount of paperwork, and lastly, to avoid making mistakes on misplacing or duplicating data of employees. For its scope and limitations, this study mainly focused on the employees of DOE Prime Construction Corp. It mainly focused on the recording and storing of employees' information, filing of different time offs, access to the organization chart, daily time tracking of office employees, and access to payslip of the employees of the company. Only the management, human resource head, finance head, and the employees are allowed to access the above-mentioned process. As for the creation of the user's account, it is accessible by a bona fide employee of the company. For the Chapter 2, we have the synthesis of related literature, studies, and systems reviewed. There are studies that states that the implementation of time tracking system is an important tool because this is going to be useful in evaluating and monitoring all tasks of the administrator. This also includes the payroll system that will help the company for a convenient and efficient way of calculating all the occurred hours of each employee that needs to be paid. In the earliest research and studies, they are mainly focusing on the manual process of taking data and information wherein there is a huge possibility of mistakes in doing it. Implementing a system is a big help in automating the records and information of employees needed. And then we have the process flow diagram for time in and out. User will have to log in and then the system will scan its QR code and then record the data of time in and out, and then it will then notify the admin. And then for the process flow diagram of leave filing and approving, the user will have to log in the system and then they can file a leave. The system will receive the filed leave and then it will give the admin its permission to approve or disapprove the filed leave, and then it will notify the user. And then for the process flow diagram of the timesheet, the admin will have to log in the system and then select the timesheet, select the specific employee, and then the system will generate the timesheet of the selected employee, and then the admin can now download or view the timesheet. And then for the process flow diagram of payroll, the admin will log in the system and then would click the payroll, select the employee, select the starting and ending date of for the payroll, and then input the deductions and other informations needed. And then the system will generate the payroll, and then users or admin can now download or view the. And then now we will proceed to the chapter 3. We have software development model. The researchers also used the agile software development lifecycle model, which emphasizes process adaptability and quick delivery of a usable software product. With the help of this iterative approach to project management and software development, the team will be better equipped to provide valuable services and delight to clients. For the research instrument, the researcher used ISO 25010, or the International Standard for Software Evaluation, to assess the accuracy of the produced system. The ISO standard defines the quality of the software model, which divides the software into 6 functions that are broken into sub-features. When the software is used, the characteristics become externally visible as a result of internal software qualities. This standard will serve as a guideline for developing a high-quality software product. The following is a list of characteristics to consider when developing high-quality software. We have functionality, reliability, usability, efficiency, maintainability, and portability. And then lastly, for the sources of data, the data that will be used by the system is gathered from all the employees of Low Prime Construction Corp. The researchers interviewed the HR of the company who will commonly use the system, the admin, and also employees that are associated with the corporation of Low Prime. The researchers provided a survey questionnaire and conducted it online, as we are still considering the safety of the respondents. This survey will evaluate the output of the system when it's fully developed. So that's it for our chapters 1, 2, and 3. May we see you all on our pre-oral defense. Thank you very much.